So what we also want you to do at the beginning of this is figure out what your nail goals are. What do you actually want? What do you want your nails to look like? So if you spend some time looking at Pinterest or online or on your favorite nail art blog or Instagram, wherever you hang out, what's realistic for you? Are you looking for beautiful sculpted, what's that one called? Ballerina? That's not quite ballerina, is it?
Those are almonds, or
Oh,
yeah, actually those are, you know what, there's only about 16 different shapes. So let's move on.
okay, moving on. Are you looking for just getting a little bit of length back? Have you been a severe biter and picker and all you're doing is you just want to get your nail plate back up to normal? Or are you going for mega length? Like, what do you actually want? What's going on? Length, health, and shape. So if you consider those three things of what you want for you, it's very important. And as you're looking at all of these other nail bloggers and everything else, we really want to focus and emphasize and remind you that
not everybody
looks like Twiggy or Kate Moss. And what was it? Over 90% of the people who are nail bloggers, they have the vertically long nail shape.
Yes, they do.
And that is genetically predetermined.
Yeah, and there's really nothing you can do to change that. So if you're a broad sideways person, you are never, ever going to be a vertical long. You're also never going to be a sword person. So
don't be Twiggy. Don't be Kate Moss. If you are, be who you are, own it and rock it. And that's part of what's fantastic about this group. Like, oh my gosh, the other day we had a whole thread about foot pics. And people were sharing their toenails. There's so much shame around sharing toenails, but in the nail bar, there is no shame. It's just love and support. So whatever your shape is, what did we decide mine were? They were inverted triangles, I think.
Yeah.
So that's me. Yeah. And so what we wanted to talk about this a little bit too. So there's the actual physical shape. I don't know if you guys can see. The lighting's weird.
It is.
My nail shape. It's rainy and cloudy today. But my nails, they are this inverted triangle shape and they also curve up.
So what she's talking about is that they actually, if you're looking at if you have a horizontal line, mine are very, very straight across the horizon. Whereas yours scoop up. Yeah. Yep. And there is a name for spoon nails. That's a different thing than what yours are. Mm-hmm. Spoon actually looks very much like a spoon in the way it's
concave.
Yeah. And then there's parrot nails, which are the ones that drop down over. So a lot of that is predetermined by the size and the shape of your matrix, as well as your fingertip bone. So there's a lot that we cannot change. And so then this is where we're going to support you. And okay, this is who I am. This is how I'm going to show up. And here's how I'm going to look the very best that I can.
Yep. And so each of these nail shapes are going to behave a little bit differently within the actual shape. So we're going to help you identify what it is that's going on for you and the different challenges that you have. So for example, mine where they curve up, I have lots of tip wear and my manicures don't stay on very well. So part of what we're doing, and I get to be the guinea pig for, is I'm testing out different base coats of what works best for this type of nail shape and nail type. And there are all sorts of other genetic variations that we're going to talk about in more detail in coming weeks, of like the number of layers of your keratin, the tightness of the bonds between the cells in your nail layers, and how that affects your results and how it affects your life and what you can actually achieve realistically without being Twiggy or Kate Moss.